Hello everyone. Today I want to discuss the ancient ruins of Ek Balam. Ek Balam is an exciting, medium-sized archaeological zone. It dates from the Middle Pre-Classic, so think around 700 to 300 before Common Era, through to the Terminal Classic period ending around 1100 Common Era. The location was only open to the public recently. Ek Balam, meaning black jaguar in Maya, again dates back to the Middle Pre-Classic period as indicated by pottery fragments found there. Most of its visible construction dates to its late Classic period, which was around 600 and 900 Common Era. It was the capital of a Classic period kingdom known as Talal. In the Terminal Classic, being 900 to 1100 Common Era, the name Ek Balam was used to identify the site or one of its rulers. The site then fell into a steep decline and was eventually abandoned. Why it was abandoned suddenly remains a mystery. Lots of excavation continues with only the central parts of the city having been excavated to date. This was another reason for my going to the site. I wanted to use non-invasive ground penetrating technology to see other parts of the ancient site yet to be unburied. The secrets below could very well help us in understanding more about those living here in the past and how that could play into my current research into the underworld and its secrets. Ek Balam was rediscovered and explored first by archaeologists in the late 1800s, but extensive excavation did not take place until a century later. The site wasn't mapped until the late 1980s, and extensive research conducted in the 1990s. Always interesting is that what we see at the site today was built much later in the history of the city site. What I consider to be more important in understanding our distant lost history is below, buried and built over time and time again. Unfortunately, building material was constantly taken from old structures to create newer ones. This is a common practice all over the world and a major reason why we're in the dark about the past. Here is a back room of the Oval Palace. The Oval Palace contained burial relics, and its alignment is assumed to be connected to cosmological ceremonies. The Maya were advanced in matters of what was taking place outside of the planet. This is an inner area of the Oval Palace. This is a corridor from the side of the Oval Palace to the front. The corridor also leads to the Plaza de Central. The central courtyard plaza was technically a north and south plaza. Here's the front of the Oval Palace. The top of the structure is in an oval shape, hence where the name came from. In this overview, you can see the oval top of the palace structure listed here as number 3. You can also get an understanding of how little has been excavated, meaning just the central area of the city. The city itself was mid-sized, so think 20,000 plus people. Imagine how many other structures have yet to be found around the central location of the archaeological zone. As many are aware, ball courts were extremely important to the Mesoamerican people. Its origin and reason for being played are lost to history. Every important site in the Maya world had a ball court. Ek Balam is no different. There are some very interesting finds when one pays attention to what's around them. This piece of column has rolled down a mound and been deposited on the floor of the central plaza. The mound that it came from has not been excavated, but this piece of a structure hints at just what is below the dirt and plant life covering it. Consider how big the jungle is and what is yet to be discovered. The Acropolis on the north side of the site is the largest structure at Ek Balam and is believed to contain the tomb of Yucatan, an important ruler in Ek Balam. Excavations on it began in 1998 when it was just a huge mound. Remember that since the jungle is flat, almost all the mounds or hillsides seen are covering up a structure that is yet to release its secrets on the world. There are over 40 structures within the walled enclosures at the zone. These structures are laid out on a north-south axis. The Acropolis is 480 feet long and over 90 feet in height. It contains a number of structures superimposed over each other in successive construction phases, as was common at the time. It contains numerous rooms, passageways, courtyards, temples, and stairways across 6 levels. A massive central stairway leads up from the south side of the Acropolis directly to its summit. On the 4th level is a self-contained structure unparalleled in the Maya world. This temple has an intricately worked stucco facade that is almost perfectly preserved. This state of preservation was because it was purposely buried and only accidentally discovered by archaeologists when a sinkhole above opened in the dirt that was used to cover it all up. The main element is the huge, open-fanged mouth of an earth deity through which a passageway leads deeper into the structure. There are molded masks, decorative geometric motifs, and most striking, winged statues. They are elaborately costumed and are unique in the Maya world. The complexity and beauty of this facade is breathtaking. Inside this structure is a chamber, Zakjok Na, which translates to White House of Reading. It was the tomb of the ruler Yucatan and held a vast number of funerary items. Over 40 texts, both painted and carved, have been discovered at the site, revealing important information regarding the site's rulers and their interactions with other location sites. The most noteworthy is a text named the Mural of the 96 Glyphs. This text is located within room 29 sub, one of the many rooms of the Acropolis. It is considered a masterpiece of calligraphy containing expertly crafted glyphs highlighted by blue, cream, and red paint. It's arranged in 3 rows of 32 glyphs each. The text records a historical narrative and ascension of the ruler Yucatan. On both the east and west sides of the North Plaza are large unexcavated mounds. There are some things here that the public is still allowed to get close to. You can also climb the Acropolis pyramid, which has mostly been done away with at other sites to protect them from further damage by the public. Now, what is important behind investigating these ancient sites in Mexico? We need to understand why a location was chosen for building an ancient site. As you can see from this photo, which was taken toward the top of the Acropolis, the Yucatan is flat and goes on in all directions the way that you see in this photo. We're in the middle of the jungle. So why place Ek Balam in the middle of nowhere? Why place any site where the ancient Maya or another ancient civilization did? I believe there are 2 possible reasons. 1, it was chosen because of what is below ground. Ek Balam has a cenote, and the underground limestone caves and caverns honeycomb through this part of Mexico. Many other sites have something below them, whether they be cenotes or other cavern void types. Many are natural, some were man-made, dug out tunnels prior to any structure being built above them. Why? Were these underground systems a source of energy, one which we no longer understand and have forgotten about? Did the available energy create or attract phenomena to the site that was important to those in charge, those that originally founded the location sites? The second possibility for building where they did was it was historical. Something took place at the sites around the world, and we have lost that historical context. I believe it's possible that we're missing history that has slipped underneath where we stand today. If this exists below ancient Maya sites in Mexico, why not elsewhere around the world? Why not in the southwest of the United States? The answers that we're looking for to the past are below us, waiting to be rediscovered, allowing for us to understand who we are, where we came from, and why we're here. Please follow me on this YouTube channel. I'll continue to post about the distant past, the giants of old, and the high strangeness. It's that little understood phenomena that drives me to continue searching for answers all around the world. Until next time, take care, everyone.